So in the absence of chairman, I'd like to nominate Tom Polk as chairman pro tem.
You're mine.
So in the absence of chairman, I'd like to nominate Tom Polk as chairman pro tem to conduct the meeting. Motion? Second. All in favor? And aye. Any opposed?
All right. The Board of Zoning Adjustments for the City of Decatur is now in session. You're coming before the board for consideration to an ordinance based upon special conditions. Are the literal enforcement of an ordinance will result in no unnecessary hardship for you. Or there's been an error in the enforcement of the ordinance. Your case will require 4 favorable votes from the board for your request to be approved. Please come forward when your name is called and state your name, address, and what you would like this board to do for you today. Please call the roll.
Ayers.
Here.
Polk.
Here.
McCurry.
Here.
Moody. Gonzalez. Hoover.
Here.
Baggett.
All right, we've got the minutes to approve. Are there any corrections to the minutes of the last meeting? Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor say yes. Please call the first case.
Okay, good afternoon. I'm Chad Bowman, the planning director. I'm gonna go through the new business. We have 2 variances and 1 use variance. I'll start off with number 1, 260127-01, a variance to allow an accessory structure to encroach on the side setbacks at 707 Prospect Drive. The petitioner is Donald Wayne Hartzell Jr. The subject address is 707 Prospect Drive, Southeast. The current zoning is RF7. Surrounding land uses and zoning is to the north institutional, to the south RSF7, to the east RSF7, and to the west RS7. Based on the current new zoning rewrite, an accessory structure greater than 12 feet in height shall be set back from all sides, and rear lot lines a minimum of 10 feet of the applicable minimum setback for principal structures in the district in which the structure is located, and whichever is less. The applicant is requesting a variance which requires accessory structures greater than 12 feet to have setbacks of 10 feet. The proposed accessory structure encroaches into the required 10 feet side setbacks on both sides of the lot. On the west side, the structure will be located within 5 feet from the property line, requiring a variance of 5 feet. And on the east side, the structure will encroach by 5 feet, requiring a 5-foot setback, side setback variance on both sides. The planning department recommends approval based on the shape of the lot as being the hardship. The lot gerrymanders and becomes thinner because of the back access alley and the required right-of-way adjacent to the property.
Is anyone here representing that case?
I'm Donald Hartzell, my wife Jessica, and we moved in the home about 2 years ago, and she asked if, and thank you guys for taking your time today. She asked if I was going to be okay with not having a garage in our backyard, and I said sure, and lo and behold, here we are. So we've been working with the planning department for the past about 1.5 years, and they had asked for us to get a survey, and then and the intent was to have almost a 30 by 40 at one point. We've reduced it down to a 30 by 30, and it's because we don't have any storage in for our cars, and also for there's no attic space. We don't have any attic space, and we don't have any, of course, crawl spaces. The other alternative, the house is rather small, and we just don't have much for storage, and that's why we want to go this route. But the zoning had changed last October, I believe it is, and it was 5 feet at one point, and now it's 10 feet, understandably. We want to ask for the variance of 5 feet on both sides, and we would still have the 10-foot variance on the back side of the garage. It'll be a 30 by 30 garage, twice the 30 by 40 there.
Any questions from the board? Looks like you'll have 5 foot on the rear and the 2 sides.
Yes, sir. Actually, on the rear, we could go 10 foot if it's required,
I think
because,
that was in the old.
yeah, it was, sir, yes, sir.
Will there be any business conducted in this garage?
No,
Okay, strictly for personal use?
right, yes, sir. And we gotten a quote from Summertown Metals, which is out of Hayden, Alabama. The total cost is $30,000 for the building and the prep of the site, and of course, then we'd have to get some electricity put in.
Okay.
There is a pole that needs to be moved.
Electrical pole?
Yes, sir. It's more the power lines coming across the backyard need to be moved. So I've talked to my neighbors, they're okay with that, of getting it moved. I know it's at my expense, and I'd have to work that through engineering.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, sir.
So we've got to handle that.
Yes, sir.
This will be a slab on grade, metal building?
It'll be on the slab, yes, sir. Metal building with, it's got wood structures for the truss and for, yeah. Yes, sir.
Any more questions from the board? Any comments from the public? Any comments from the planning department? Okay, what you just said. Building department?
No comment.
Public testimony is now closed. There being no further comments, this appeal is presented to the board for its ruling. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second. Please call the roll.
Ayers,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
McCurry,
Yes.
Hoover,
Yes.
Bagley.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you
Jason.
very much. I appreciate you guys' time. Thank you.
Okay, the next case, petitioner Pew Wright McAnally, property owner Roger Stevenson, subject address 715 Summit Drive Southeast. The request is a variance to allow a reduction of parking spaces. The current zoning is light industrial. The surrounding land has a zoning of urban corridor mixed use on all 4 sides, north, south, east, and west. The variance is to allow a reduction of parking spaces from 75 required to 54 proposed. Parking for 75 spaces would impose an unnecessary hardship by mandating parking that is not supported by the actual use of the building, leading to overparking, inefficient land use, and additional impervious area without a corresponding public benefit. The requested reduction maintains sufficient parking while supporting responsible site design consistent with the operational reality of the facility. Typically, these type of buildings require anywhere from 200 to 300 square feet of gross floor area. The building is 15,000 square feet. When we did the math, at 300 square feet, all it will require is 50 spaces. At 200 square feet, using that number, it will require 75 spaces. The planning department sees no issue with reducing the parking simply because the type of use won't be at full capacity all of the time. You have youth coming in practicing for baseball and softball and so forth. So we see no issue there.
You want to represent in this case?
Good afternoon. Galia Ferguson. I guess, do you want me to say my name? I'll send it later. Yes. Joy McAnally, 310 8th Avenue Northeast. We represent the Rodan Properties, who is the applicant. And just, I guess the only thing that I would like to add is this facility is by appointment only. It is a new to Decatur batting facility. And we will have, or what we are showing on our plans, you probably see there, it has 14 cages, batting cages, so, and you can kind of imagine there will be about maybe 2-3 kids in each cage, and everybody will be there per appointment. So we don't expect much of the traffic there. We feel like 54 spaces is plenty, and so, thank you.
Any questions from the board? Any comments from the public? Comments from the planning department? Comments from the building department?
No comment.
All right. Public testimony is now closed. There being no further comments, this bill is presented to the board for its ruling. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
All right. Please call the roll.
All right, Ayers,
Yes.
Holt. Yes. McCurry. Yes. Hoover.
Yes.
Baggett. Yes.
Okay, moving on to our last case. The petitioner is Pewright McAnally, property owner Roger Stevenson, subject address 715 Summit Drive. The request is a use variance to allow indoor recreational center. The current zoning is light industrial. The surrounding land zoning is urban corridor mixed use on all 4 sides, north, south, east, and west. The use variant, initial development plans and due diligence efforts were undertaken. The subject property was zoned M2 under the previous zoning ordinance. Under that ordinance, the proposed use was consistent with the use that the applicant proposed and the character of the district. During the site planning process, the city adopted a new zoning ordinance and the property was reclassified to industrial district. Under the current principal use table, indoor recreational facilities are no longer permitted. So basically, under the previous ordinance, it was permitted. Under the new ordinance, it is not permitted. And I will tell you, as from the standpoint of the planning staff, that we will be looking at adding indoor recreational facilities as a principal use under light industrial zoning. And with that being said, I also would like to add that nationally, this is a trend in warehouse districts as a viable use for vacant warehouse structures for them to have for indoor recreational facilities and activities simply because of the space, the height of the structure, and so forth. The planning department recommends approval as well on this.
Thank you. Galia Ferguson, Pewright McAnally again. I just appreciate you for looking into this, and I appreciate you, Chad, for pointing all this out about the recreational facilities, and I'm glad that y'all are going to take it into consideration to add it to the ordinance. The only thing that I would like to add, again, it is by appointment, and we don't expect much of the traffic, and if we really look into that, it's not a recreational facility like what we see in Point Mallard. It's a bit different. It's a business where you have to pay to get the training. So, but this area, as we know, I know that it's now industrial district, very close to 6th Avenue, Highway 31, very close to pretty much heart of Decatur. So we think it would be a great addition to this district. Thank you. Questions?
Any questions from the board? Any comments from the public? Comments from the planning department?
No comment.
Comments from the building department?
No comment.
Public testimony is now closed. There being no further comments, this bill is presented to the board for its ruling. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second. Please call the roll.
Ayers,
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
McCurry. Yes. Hoover.
Yes.
Baggett. Yes.
This case has been approved.
Good evening, board. This is Tommy. I'm Tommy Williams with the board of with the planning department, and I'm gonna go over the bylaws one more time for y'all, and I'm just gonna make the corrections that y'all recommended. So right under officers, number 1, the chairman will have a minimum of 1 year experience on the Board of Zoning Adjustments. Number 2, vice chairperson, the vice chairman will be required to have a minimum 1 year experience on the Board of Zoning Adjustments. Number 3, we left the same. Number 4, we X'd out the secretary. And did we add the capsule certification date of January 2027. Under members, number 1 stayed the same. Number 2, y'all added all members shall be capsule certified.
Within 12 months following appointment and shall remain certified throughout the term. And tell me, I don't think it was that the CAPSA certification was January 1st, 2027, under the bylaws would come into effect January.
Okay. Effective date for the bylaws.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So number 4, we're going to add the effective date for the bylaws will be 12 months from now, which will be January 2027. And for the members, number 2, we're going to have all members shall be capstone certified within 12 months and remain capstone certified throughout their term.
Within 12 months following their appointment.
And 12 months.
Or you could just leave this as adopted when you adopt it and make it within 12 months.
Okay.
And that way you don't have to put an effective date of the bylaws for a year in advance.
Firm roof on that, yeah. That's-
Just saying, right?
Take out the effective date of the bylaws of January 2027.
Mhm.
Instead, when you put all members shall be capstone certified, it should be just within 12 months of adoption of the bylaws, because that's who's currently on here.
Yeah, so that gets both.
Does that cover the appointments?
It would basically say all board members shall be capstone certified within 12 months of adoption of the bylaws, or 12 months, or within 12 months of
Of
appointment.
appointment. So we just combined our two comments. The bylaws would be adopted tonight. The CAPSA requirement would be 1 year from now.
And then next
And if
year-
there were a new member in 3 months, it would be.
And then next year, you can just take that part out and leave it with all members, I think. Does that hit all the boxes?
To me, it does.
Yes,
Okay.
to me as well.
Okay, that's what I want to make sure I'm not.
All right, so on supernumerary, we got rid of number 2. And on fees, it increased to 150. And then on public notice, once again, we got rid of number 2.
We'll get that section.
Admit,
Is that what you said?
admit.
I said get rid of, so it may take out, however y'all want to say it.
Yes, well, yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, I'm sorry.
Did you add order of business?
In order of business, we did move up minutes from the bottom to the second. Order, it was already here, we just changed the order a little bit.
All right. Is there any other discussion from the board? Is this open to public comments or anything, or just to the board? Any further input from the board regarding the proposed bylaw amendments? All right. Is there a motion?
I move to approve the bylaws as discussed, as presented and amended in our discussion.
From, just for clarity and redundancy, could you recap what we have listed right now for the revisions.
Yeah, so everything on here should be correct except for probably number 2, county. But the chairman will be required to have a minimum 1 year's experience on the board of zoning adjustments. Same thing for number 2. We took out number 4. And right here, it just needs to be worded, you know, how you guys want it.
Here, I can give it to you, you want me to read it from what I have written, and then that way you can make sure it says what y'all want it to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2, all board members, or BZA board members, shall be CAPSO certified within 12 months of adoption of these bylaws, or within 12 months of their, of the board member apostrophe S respective appointment, period. And then all board members shall remain current on CAPSO certification throughout their respective term. Because you all have staggered terms.
The only change I make is each board member and supernumerary member
Yes.
in
Thank you.
2 places in each sentence, 1 in each of the sentences.
Yeah, unless it's already covered.
Yeah, wherever you put board members, just put in supernumerary members, so after the. And then put that at the top, under, after it says all BZA board members, also put supernumerary members there as well. Then you're going to put it one more place after that. Where it says, or within 12 months of the board members, apostrophe S, or supernumerary member, apostrophe S.
Good.
You just need apostrophe after member, apostrophe S, under, after that. I think the only other change was on the 1 and 2, the apostrophe needs to come after the R before the S. For 1 year, a minimum of 1 year of experience.
Up here?
Yeah.
Right here.
There, instead of after, just S, and there's the key.
No, no. All right.
Sorry, now you can go through the rest of the changes we're done.
Do y'all get that again?
Remove number 2 from supernumerary members.
So y'all don't need it again? or-
Oh, no, I mean, he was going to continue on. Yes. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Read.
All BZA board members and supernumerary members shall be CAPSO certified within 12 months of the adopted of these bylaws, or within 12 months of these board members and supernumerary members respective appointment. All board members and supernumerary members shall remain current on CAPSO certification throughout
The respective term.
their respective terms.
Y'all took out number 2?
Y'all change the order of operations and the minutes and move it from the bottom to the second. We changed the P from 150. And y'all got rid of number 2 plus notes.
I think there was one other change that doesn't show on here, but from the original ones that were used, it had in under appeals, number 1.
That's not what changed.
Yes, that needed, it's there, it's in the building, it just needs to be changed to planning with them adopting it, because we're using the old set.
So y'all ready to say planning department? But we just want to make sure y'all ready to say planning department.
Not just so that it's consistent.
Is that aligned with your motion here?
Yes.
Is there a second?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Who seconded that?
Uh,
All right. Ayers?
Yes.
Holt?
Yes.
McCurdy? Yes. Hoover?
Yes.
Daggett? Yes.
All right. Minutes, the proposed bylaw amendments have been approved with amendments. Is there any other business to discuss?
Yeah, I have election.
Election. All right, before the board, we have to elect a chair and a vice chair. I don't know, I guess we have deliberations or nomination. All right, the floor is open for nominations.
I nominate Tom Volk as chairperson.
Is there a second? Is that carries? Do we do them sequentially or together?
We'll just see if there's any other nominations. You have to close nominations for that one, then get your second, or if there's just one. Or, well, you can go ahead and do the second on this one, then, go ahead.
Are there any other nominations for chairperson? All right, nominations are closed. Please call the roll.
Who seconded?
Would there need to be a second on the nomination?
There was. Ayers?
Yes.
Holt?
No.
McCurdy? Yes. Hoover?
Yes.
Daggett? Yes.
For vice chair, nomination for vice chair. I nominate Erica.
She's a supernumerary.
Oh, she's a supernumerary.
You got Mark Moody and got Flo Gonzalez, who's not here.
Should we nominate someone who's not here?
I'm nominated.
I'll second that. Please call the roll. Nominations are closed for vice chair. Please call the roll.
Holt?
Yes.
McCurdy? Yes. Hoover? Daggett? Yes.
All right, we now have a future chair and vice chair. Is there any other new